Namaskar. Welcome to Vision of Asia was a community on ITV Gold this Wednesday, January 5th, as we meet. The talk of whole India is revolving around an instance which caused serious security lapse during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to address a rally at Firozpur in Punjab. We'll talk a little bit about that instance, but other main stories of today's Vision of Asia includes a short film, Inner Clock, which is very timely to address the issue of priorities in our lives. We'll also talk about love in the series 7 Days in Summit with Counselor Dr. Nitin Saraswat. And we'll begin with address of Prime Minister Modi, or rather visit of Prime Minister Modi at a temple which has historical connections. It is also known as Kali Paltan Temple, and it is based in Meerut. While Prime Minister Narendra Modi is addressing several rallies and dedicating important development projects at different venues, this was also one of the recent visits of Prime Minister to Meerut. As you are aware, he has dedicated one airport in Tripura also recently and talked about development in the northeastern region of India and attempts of Modi government to reconnect northeastern states with the mainstream flow of Bharat. All this coming up right after these short messages. Stay with us. Let us talk a little bit about what happened when a prime minister of a country like India goes to address a rally. There is a protocol of security measures in coordination with central agencies, as well as state agencies. What is it that caused Prime Minister's convoy to be stopped on a flyover during his visit to Firozpur, which indeed was a last-minute road visit due to weather conditions? He decided not to fly, but to go on the road. And how protesters got a whiff of Prime Minister's route is a question that is being asked. And there are some very serious tweets by Home Minister. And Home Minister has also sought a detailed report on today's security breach in Punjab. Home Minister Amit Shah says such dereliction of security procedure in the Prime Minister's visit is totally unacceptable and accountability will be fixed. In one more tweet, while Home Minister writes, today's Congress made happening in Punjab is a trailer of how this party thinks and functions. Repeated rejections by the people have taken them to the path of insanity. The topmost echelons of the Congress owe an apology to the people of India for what they have done. And this also relates to one tweet by a Congress leader after this situation, which made Prime Minister Narendra Modi decide not to go further and address the rally. And while flying back, he said to one of the officers to thank Chief Minister of Punjab that he is alive and going back safely. So it speaks a lot about the situation and tension that is seen there. To address this, Chief Minister of Punjab also addressed a rally, a press conference, in which he shared his side of the story about the instance, but there was no reference to how these protesters got uh, indications about the route which Prime Minister Modi is going to take. There were a few other unanswered questions, yet there was detailed expression with explanation and also commitment that he loves Prime Minister of India, and they would have loved Prime Minister to dedicate development projects, which he was going to do to the tune of 42,750 crore rupees in Punjab. So, how this story unfolds and what investigation would reveal, we'll have to see. But based on the version of Chief Minister of Punjab, there was no security lapse. So, leaving that story at the point where it is right now and moving towards an historical place which is now being restored to its dignity. Visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Kali Paltan Temple, and how and why it was referred to as Kali, and what is the significance in India's freedom movement of this temple. We learn that with visit of Prime Minister Modi in Meerut to Kali Paltan Temple.
और ये मंदिर, इसे औघड़नाथ मंदिर के नाम से भी ये विख्यात है और भारतीय इतिहास में इसका अलग ही महत्व है। जब हमारा देश स्वतंत्र नहीं हुआ था तब अंग्रेज अधिकारी भारतीय सिपाहियों को काली पलटन यानी ब्लैक आर्मी के नाम से बुलाते थे, क्योंकि भारतीय सिपाही व अन्य इस जगह पर पूजा करने के लिए आते थे और साथ ही अहम बातचीत, सुझाव, विचारों का आदान प्रदान उसके लिए आते थे। और प्रधानमंत्री काली पलटन मंदिर पहुंच गए हैं, यहां पर वो पूजा अर्चना करेंगे। अनुज हमारे सहयोगी हमारे साथ बने हुए हैं। अनुज, प्रधानमंत्री काली पलटन मंदिर पहुंच गए हैं और हम इस मंदिर की बात कर रहे थे कि किस तरह से इतिहास में इसकी जगह है।
देखिए, बिल्कुल, आप तो सबसे अगर हम महत्वपूर्ण बात बताएं, इस काली पलटन मंदिर का अपने एक ऐतिहासिक इतिहास तो है, लेकिन आप जानते हैं कि जब कावड़ का समय होता है, गंगा स्नान का समय होता है, और हम जानते हैं कि कावड़ यात्रा जो है हरिद्वार से चलती है। ज्यादातर जितने भी श्रद्धालु हैं जो जलाभिषेक करते हैं मेरठ में, वो इसी काली पलटन औघड़नाथ मंदिर के अंदर करते हैं, इसलिए इसका अपना एक ये भी अलग महत्व है। लेकिन हाँ, आप जानते हैं कि काली पलटन मंदिर का अपना इतिहास अंग्रेजी शासन के समय से है। ये पूरा इलाका आज भी छावनी के रूप में, मेरठ कैंट के रूप में, मेरठ छावनी के रूप में इस तेजेंद्र इस इलाके को जानते हैं, और ये छावनी के बिल्कुल बीचों बीच मंदिर है। अंग्रेजी शासन के दौरान जब देश आजाद नहीं हुआ था, इसी इलाके के अंदर जो भारतीय सैनिक जो अंग्रेजी फौज में शामिल होते थे, वो यहाँ पर पूजा अर्चना करते थे, और उसी वजह से इसे काली पलटन नाम दिया गया था, क्योंकि हम जानते हैं कि अंग्रेजी फौज हुकूमत जो थी, भारतीय सैनिक
तो प्रधानमंत्री काली पलटन मंदिर पहुंच चुके हैं, वहां पर वो पूजा अर्चना कर रहे हैं। और जिस तरह से हमारे सहयोगी अनुज बता रहे थे कि किस तरह से इस औघड़नाथ मंदिर का नाम काली पलटन मंदिर पड़ा। 1857 की क्रांति की बात की जाए, आज़ादी के पहले स्वतंत्रता संग्राम की बात की जाए, तो उसकी शुरुआत इसी इलाके से हुई थी। और ये वो मंदिर था जहां पर जो भारतीय सैनिक थे उस समय, जो अंग्रेज़ों की आर्मी में थे, उन्होंने विद्रोह किया था और इस मंदिर के में वो दर्शन के लिए आया करते थे। वहाँ पर बातचीत होती थी, आपस में विचारों का आदान प्रदान होता था, और इसी वजह से इसे काली पलटन मंदिर भी बुलाया जाता है। प्रधानमंत्री आज मेरठ के दौरे पर हैं, काली पलटन मंदिर में वो पूजा अर्चना कर रहे हैं। इसके बाद वो शहीद स्मारक जाएंगे और अमर जवान ज्योति पर शहीदों को नमन करेंगे। फिर वो राजकीय स्वतंत्रता संग्राम संग्रहालय का जायजा भी लेंगे और उसके बाद अहम मेजर ध्यानचंद खेल विश्वविद्यालय का तोहफा मेरठ को मिलने वाला है, इसका शिलान्यास आज प्रधानमंत्री करेंगे। काली पलटन मंदिर में भारतीय सिपाही व अन्य इस जगह शिवलिंग की पूजा के लिए उस समय आया करते थे, और इसके साथ ही भारतीय सिपाहियों की टुकड़ी के निकट होने के कारण मंदिर के कुएं के पानी से प्यास भी बुझाते थे। जहां आज मंदिर है, अक्सर अपने विचारों के सुझावों और रहस्यों का आदान प्रदान करने के लिए वो लोग मिलते थे, क्योंकि अंग्रेजी शासन के समय ये सुरक्षित स्थान माना जाता था और इसलिए ये मंदिर काली पलटन के नाम से अधिक प्रसिद्ध है।
Welcome back. You're watching Vision of Asia Awaaz Community, and among a lot of stressful issues that surround us, importance of love cannot be undermined. In the series 7 Days in Samvit, today is the core focus on love with counselor Dr. Nitin Saraswat. Namaskar. Welcome to the world of love. Nitinji,
Namaskar.
Wednesday focus is love in the 7 Days with Samvit series. Let me hear your definition of love.
I think it is absolutely connected to the Terrific Tuesday, the courage. And if you ask me, love is the most courageous thing one can do. So if I want to see the epitome of courage, I would say love. If you can love truly, then you are the most courageous person.
Thinking in line with what you just said, I think when you are in love, courage is a natural outcome. तो हिंदी पिक्चरों में वो गाना भी रहा है कि भाई प्यार किया तो डरना क्या. And if we go towards the ancient sages thought process or inspiration, I begin with the mantra Om Rohineyaya Vidmahe Chandra Putraya Dhimahi Tannah Saumyah Prachodayat. Swamiji says, dedicate this day to the divine essence called love. It is not affection or much less a passion. It is atmiyata, self-likeness. It is soul's power to see itself in things and persons as if in a mirror and feel the joy that comes of touching oneself. Do not leave this to liking or fancy of mind. How do you respond to these lines, Nitinji?
These are so beautiful because he is very clearly differentiating between attachment and love. What these lines say is that love is, it sets you free. And that's what I believe in. That if it doesn't set you free, it can't be love. If it binds you, it can be anything but love. If it liberates you, it is love. So even if you feel that there are two things, one is I am in love, and second, I am in love with dash 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 dash. So it has to be I am in love. No matter, it should be like a rain. So no matter who or what comes in the range of it, it gets wet. So if you are in love, whoever comes in your contact gets loved.
He also differentiates between love, affection, and passion. And I think it requires a little bit of deep thinking to be able to appreciate the fact that he's suggesting soul's power to see itself in things and persons as if in a mirror. So there's nobody with which you will have a very tight separate line, because there is a fluidity of sense of oneness, which I think he's suggesting. That's how he also refers to not getting restricted in our offering or flow of love by liking or fancy of mind, which many times happens. And he further says, Nitinji, use your soul power to let love embrace all things in creation. For all things are projections of the divine, and they share your essence. And I conclude with the final line: radiate, radiate waves of friendliness all around you. I think that makes not just the life beautiful, it makes the whole world a beautiful place when we radiate waves of friendliness around us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what I want myself to set a target with is that if I am in love with even someone, how much I can be selfless, how much I allow myself to be vulnerable. When these days people come to me and they say that they don't like to be vulnerable, actually, if you stop being vulnerable, if you don't have the courage to be vulnerable, you cannot be in love with someone. Be vulnerable, allow the person to hit you, yet have the courage to let the person be the way the person is with you. That is being in love.
Nidhi, I'm reminded of a very often, frequently seen scene where you raise the child in air and he is giggling because he's confident that right there, while he's going
True,
to come
true.
down, there is a strong arm which is going to protect and hold with love. So that sense of
Absolutely.
assurance deep down in us fills us with that love, which again also comes with natural manifestation of courage. I really appreciate your
Very true.
presence. With love, may we radiate waves of friendliness or all around us. And when we do that, it makes us feel good. What do you say?
Absolutely. That's why I said it's the most courageous thing to allow yourself to be vulnerable, yet not being dependent on someone. That's love.
Beautiful. We'll see you again tomorrow. And this series, 7 days with Samit, continues. Thank you. Namaste. Theme of the film made by Kripa Ranjan Das, which is titled Inner Clock, is summed up aptly in the quotation by Albert Einstein: a calm and modest life bring more happiness than the constant pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness. And how our priorities determine the level of our happiness. There are some inspiring hints in this short film made by Krupa Ranjan Das, in which you will also see me as a narrator. What is life? We try to answer this in our own way. But as we look for answers, many times we ignore our inner clock. We go by what is imposed on us by circumstances. We all aspire for fulfillment, we all aspire for joy, but how this joy becomes a part of us is different for each individual. So, when you hear from three different women about the journey of their lives, the country where you grew up, at what age kids graduated from their high school?
My first class was kindergarten.
I went to school when I was 2 years old, 2.5 years old, I think, in Brazil.
I went to kindergarten. I was 5 years old.
For someone always stays with us. Tell us at what age this discovery was made by you. Anything about that precious, special moment of love.
The first time I fell in love, I was a really little kid. I had this really cute boyfriend, and I remember his mother and my mother telling us that kissing could spread germs, so we were afraid to do that.
So I got married in 2000. I was 27 years old. I found the love of my life.
Sweet 16, my first love. In high school, sweet memories. So silly and in love.
Life is a journey. We need to have clarity about our destination. And when we discover where our heart and our soul resonates, where we want to go, that becomes a very powerful way for us to design our life. In your case, when that happened, when you decided the path that you wanted to take to move forward in your life?
My very first job was working for my father as a dental assistant, and I was 16 years old, and I worked for him in the summer. So that was kind of a cool bonding with my father in New York City. It was fun.
Okay.
So as I started yoga, I was 29 years old. Old chick. I wish I had learned that before.
My first job was working like at a candy store, making some money, spending all my money on dance lessons, and then I got free classes from the teacher if I helped assist teach the class.
You set out to achieve something special for yourself in your life in alignment with your ambition. At what age you felt that, yeah, I have arrived, I have realized my dream, I have fulfilled my vision?
And many times over, I'm grateful that I was given the opportunity to express myself as different things. I've had so many careers. I've been an art teacher, an interior designer, a salesperson, a professional dancer, a choreographer, a mind-body polarity therapist, a writer. So, I think that they're all connected in some ways because they're all about the arts. So when you look back on your life, you see some thread of continuity. So that's been my path.
But I feel like every single one of us has a destiny, has a path.
And I learned that everybody reaches their peak of success at different times. Everybody has their own pace to reach their goal. Life is beautiful. Life is caring. Life is happiness. Life is a celebration. Life is a blessing. Life is a gift.
And now time to say goodbye from today's Vision of Asia Voice of Community, but time also to recollect. Stay with us on our Facebook page by becoming a friend and subscribe to ITV Gold's YouTube channel. Keep writing events@itvgold.com. This is Ashok Vyas. Thanks for being with us. Stay safe. Take care. Namaste.